Not in the Zoom screen. Okay, fine.
Can you tell again?
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Now.
Okay, okay. No problem, Bhavesh. I was just thinking like you have not joined it. I was in another screen, that's why. Okay.
Oh.
So yes. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh. Hope you can see my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
So yesterday we spoke about this, right? So filtration and sieving difference between this. And hope you understood all the points, Bhavesh. Yes.
No, I don't know. No,
Hello.
nothing. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you understood. Did you understand this yesterday? We discussed about this, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand everything, or do you feel like this one I didn't understand this point, that point, anything?
A little bit. If we revise again, maybe I think I know.
Okay. But you have to be clear with all these points, okay? This is very, I mean, they won't ask you this as a full question to make a table, criteria, filtration. No, they won't ask like that. But, they may ask in one marks like that. So you have to be basically thorough with the differentiation. So what is difference between filtration and sieving, okay? So yesterday we saw this, I hope. And today I told you to do this homework. Did you do?
I don't know.
What you don't know? Yesterday I told you to do this homework.
I think.
What homework I gave to you, Bhavesh? Yesterday, tell me that.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. You told me to. Miss my voice echoing.
No, you're perfectly audible. No echo.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, you told to like add some salt and water, mix it well, and then boil it, and what will be under it. And
Yeah. What is left in the beaker? I even told you the answer, what will be there. But I told you to do the activity. Did you do that?
ma'am, I did it. Yes, ma'am.
You did it. You did it. Your mom knows that you did the homework.
I don't know.
She knows or no? Not.
Still, she doesn't know.
She doesn't know, but you did the homework. Yes, really, you did the homework.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Bhavesh. You forgot the homework, whatever I gave you, but you're telling you did the homework.
Ma'am, I didn't do one thing, one process, just one process. I didn't evaporate it. I didn't
Fully you didn't
evaporate.
Dude, you didn't evaporate it fully. You just mixed the salt with the water. That's it. Okay, that's all you did.
Ma'am, I didn't mix the salt with water.
Okay.
Today only I observed that process. My mother was like stirring some juice with sugar crystals at the bottom.
Okay.
Nah, that because of that I noticed salt will be.
Okay. Then homework will be repeated. So homework, you know what is the rule? When you're not doing the homework of last class, that will be carried over to the next classes. Today also I'll give some homework that also you need to do, and next class when you're coming, Day before classes and today's classes, both you will show.
Are you the class teacher of PT or something? PT or
PD,
PC?
yeah.
Yeah, ma'am. What did you give in homework that also?
PD homework, what homework I gave to you guys? I took PD so many days before for you, right?
It's like 2 weeks, ma'am. 2 weeks.
Yeah, I forgot
Today
what
also
homework.
we have PD or something. PT or
Today
something.
we have PD, yes. Last week we didn't have.
This time I'll join.
Fine. So heat the beaker containing the salt. So you do this homework, okay? Next class while coming, I want you to do this homework. You know, take the photo of this and keep. When I'm coming to the next class, you will show me.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay? Take the photo and keep and show me. So yes, so the process of conversion of water into its vapor is called evaporation, right? If you want to convert water into its vapor, it's called evaporation. We also spoke about one particular thing, that is water, that will be in solid form, liquid form and gaseous form, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is that? Water, tell me, water can be in,
Water can be in solid form, liquid form,
yes.
and gas form.
Okay, now do you know what are naphthalene balls?
Those balls we keep in keep like in clothes or something.
Yes, correct. So why we are keeping that?
Because moths cannot come and tear our.
It will be somewhat, it will be good fragrance also will come, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is actually happening? Tell me, relate this to this topic and tell me what is actually happening.
Ma'am, I'll take a guess, ma'am.
Uh,
The smell will keep the moths away from clothes. Does it?
yeah, that is the purpose of the naphthalene balls. I'm telling now, we spoke about, for example, ice cubes turns into water in room temperature. Here also something is turning into something, right?
Yes,
In
ma'am.
naphthalene balls case also, what is happening?
I don't know the history of naphthalene balls or something.
Okay, naphthalene balls is simply whatever you said. No, it looks like a camphor. You know camphor?
Yes, ma'am.
We use for puja, for gods, camphor, aarti.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, that is basically, it looks like a big camphor. You saw the naphthalene balls, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What will happen if you put naphthalene balls inside the clothes? It will avoid the bugs and also it will give a fragrance. Good smell also you can observe, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But after some 6 to 3 months, you have put, for example, you have put one naphthalene balls inside your cloth shelf. You know, open the cloth shelf after 3 months and search the naphthalene balls, you won't find it. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
I think you don't know the process. Actually, what happens, naphthalene balls is a solid substance. So how, like that you won't get smell, right? Naphthalene balls itself is a solid substance. It is getting converted, it is getting mixed with the air. It is getting mixed with the air and giving a good smell, and so that bugs cannot come and good fragrance will be there. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you understanding whatever I'm telling? Tell what I told now.
And you told like how the naphthalene balls will be vanished after six months or something. Like
Yeah, you
and
do this
you told
experiment,
how.
okay? Yeah,
1 second.
you ask, or okay.
Ma'am, I thought my mother would keep the naphthalene balls somewhere, but she didn't.
Okay, it's fine. I'll show you in the internet if you want. See whether can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, naphthalene is a chemical component. So basically, naphthalene balls looks like this. You saw, right?
Yes, ma'am.
This one only naphthalene balls. So they looks like a pebbles. They looks like a camphor only, na? They looking like a big camphor, right?
Yes, ma'am.
This is naphthalene balls.
It looks like the size of Mentos.
Yeah, exactly. So you know exactly camphor. Sorry, naphthalene balls looks like this. So what is actually happening? See the PPT. So what is actually happening? These naphthalene balls are the best example of a solid turning into gaseous state directly without entering into liquid state. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, ma'am.
Best example, you take ice cubes. You're taking the ice cubes out of the fridge. You're keeping in the room temperature, not heating it. Keeping in the room temperature. After some minutes, it will turn into liquid, right?
Yes, ma'am.
If you take the liquid and heat in the burner, that liquid will turn into gas state, evaporate, and it will go to turn into vapor. If a solid wants to turn into a gaseous state, it has to enter the liquid state and then liquid is converted to gas. Solid is not directly converted to gas here. Ice cube is not directly evaporated. It is entering into liquid state and then liquid is only evaporating, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But take naphthalene balls, you don't know about the mechanism of naphthalene balls. Naphthalene balls are the examples. When you put the naphthalene balls in the clothes, no, after some 1 year, if you take, you cannot find the naphthalene balls. It would have been gone. It would have mixed with the air inside that. It would have been evaporated and mixed with the air, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I right? It's
Yes.
mixed. It's getting mixed with the air, right? Yes. 1 minute. I got a message. Okay, sorry, I got a message. I have to reply. Okay. So, did you understand the process of naphthalene balls, how it is turning into gaseous state?
Yes, ma'am.
If not, ask your mother once. She will also tell you. So, right? And one more thing, you have scent bottles, right? Scent bottles. And in scent, if you some scent bottles or perfume bottles, if you shake them, it will be like a liquid inside. It will be like liquid inside,
Ma'am, I
right?
did it
When you,
already, ma'am. When I work.
but when you press it, you will get in a gas form. Right? That is a liquid turning into gas. The mechanism inside the scent bottle is different. It
Ma'am,
is
it
making a
doesn't come in gas form, ma'am. If we, ma'am,
water
it
droplets will
will
be
be.
there. Yeah. Tell me. Yeah, droplets will be there.
Ma'am,
That
what?
is there.
Yes,
Yeah. When you keep it like this and spray, you
ma'am.
can
With the
feel.
speed of the air,
Yeah.
ma'am, with the speed, when we hit some button at the top, it's
Yeah.
gonna come like a gas. It's
Yeah.
gonna come like a gas, but when we touch it, it's gonna be like a fluid.
Yes. So what is happening when it hit a surface?
And
It
that's
is getting
condensed.
cooled. Very good. That's the whole point trying to make you. When it hits a surface, it condenses immediately. When you take the scent bottle, just spray in the air. You cannot see. It will mix with the air, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What you can say? It mixes with the air. You can feel the precipitation only. Moreover, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That is another example, like good example. So here naphthalene balls, because you are not aware about the process, you cannot, I think you cannot understand a bit. You go and ask your mother also, she will also explain you. So this is the whole process of evaporation. Process of evaporation taking place continuously wherever the water is present. So where do you think the salt come from? So yesterday we were talking about the common salt, right? So where our common salt is coming from, whatever the common salt we are taking in our day-to-day life, where it is coming from. Okay, so I would like to share you a video. So I want you to see the video. I hope you can, I will again share. Bhavesh, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine, fine. So share sound. So I gave it like share sound. Okay, I think you can hear this. Can you see the screen?
I can
Bhavesh?
see some sort of lag.
Lag is there. Now can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
I hope you can also hear the sound. Okay, it is in the different languages, but hear the sound. Okay, I'll start the video. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Aquí en una época se trabajaba de sol a sol. Era una industria en esos años potente. Eso y la pesca es lo que había. Y la ganadería. En el año 40, 45, en los años 50, pues aquí habría a lo mejor trabajando 60 o 70 personas. Entonces, claro, el Banco Sahariano se pegó a revolver ahí con la pesca, el Tratado de España con Marruecos, no sé. Los barcos se fueron, las fábricas fueron decayendo hasta que han desaparecido Lanzarote. Pero nosotros siempre hemos estado produciendo sal. O sea, mucho poco, esto nunca se para. El sistema de las salinas es el mismo. Las salinas, el cambio de mantenimiento y de tradición no se puede cambiar mucho. Hoy hay máquinas para cargar en el salero, lo demás hay que recoger la mano como los años 60 o más atrás.
Yeah.
Ma'am, it's lagging.
It's lagging a lot.
Yes, ma'am.
Wait a minute.
Aquí,
From the first now, I hope you will see. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
aquí en una época se trabajaba de sol a sol. Era una industria en esos años potente. Eso y la pesca es lo que había. Y la ganadería. Hemos estado produciendo.
Can you see they are making it it is as a little pond like things, right? Can you see here? See, they are making it little pond kind of structure. See here, box shaped, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And they will fill the salt water, that is sea water there. Basically simple process of taking salt, and they are filling out the sea water there. And then by the mechanism of this mechanism, see this mechanism,
El sistema de las salinas es el mismo. Las salinas, el
by
cambio,
this mechanism, and sun is also there. Can you see the sun is actually doing the main process here? So the water will get slowly the water will evaporate and the salt will remain in the pond itself. This is the activity that I am telling you to do in your home. So take the salt water, heat it till all the water evaporates. No water should be there in the vessel, but you can see that salt will remain in the under the vessel. You can see, right? This is the same process I am telling you to do in your home. This is, you can do the in the home also, right? This is the first and basic step of taking the salt. Okay, so like by this mechanism, these people are taking the salt and daily they will do like this until unless they get full salt. They see, they are taking the salt from this and they are making it as a pyramid, they full salt pyramids, right? They are collecting the salt. Before, while see here, before it was a water, before it was water only, more water. See, like from here water they are taking, and before it was water, and then slowly they are making it into fully salt, right?
Yes, ma'am.
con su rastrillo y la pala y la carretilla.
See now, after few days,
El pescado se aguantaba, se conservaba mejor.
now they are taking the salt and they are going. See,
Tuyo tiene futuro. Es que un... Ahora mismo estamos sobre el 10, el 15%. El 10-15%.
now it is written right now we are only in the 10 to 15% of the production.
Totalmente. Janubio tiene futuro. Es que es un sitio muy estratégico porque llama mucho la atención el espacio. El dueño, él murió a 90 y pico de años y él luchó toda la vida por las salinas. Y él murió con la ilusión de que las salinas las siguieran manteniendo y que lucharan por ellas, porque claro, es que el espacio tiene un potencial que se tarde X años o lo que, pero tendrá que seguir luchando el espacio para adelante por él. Alguien tendrá que seguir.
See, this machine, whatever we saw before, it is refining the salt. It is making it into a fine salt, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is how salt are made. I'll take another video also, so that I'll search for it, a big documentary. So it's about, like, I think so documentary will be there. We can see that. It will be nice. So see here, seawater contain many salts mixed in it. One of these salt is common salt. You know, I don't know. I heard it from my teacher or somewhere. Like, see, every salt has a boiling point, right? Every salt has a boiling point. What is boiling point? For example, what is the boiling point of water? 100 degrees Celsius. Am I right? Bhavesh?
Yes, ma'am.
Water's boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
So exactly when the water reaches 100 degrees Celsius, it start boiling, right? So what is the boiling point of milk? I think, what is the boiling point of milk? Do you have any idea?
I didn't study boiling points, ma'am.
It's fine. So so you don't know what is boiling point? The meaning of that?
Mama, now I know the meaning of boiling point, but I didn't study none of these boiling point of
Okay.
temperature.
Okay, so boiling point is simply when there is a liquid or when there is a solid, the exact temperature at which it changes its state. Exact temperature at which it changes its state. For example, ice cube is turning into water in room temperature. A normal room temperature will be 20 degrees Celsius. So what is the temperature needed for an ice cube to change into liquid? Is a boiling point. Boiling point, right? So like that, when you have milk in the burner, so milk will start boiling at one particular temperature, that is its boiling point, right? And like that, every salt have a boiling point of their own. For example, common salt also have a boiling point. Iron salt, magnesium salt, silicon salt, every salts have a boiling point. If you heat them in that temperature, they will start to change its size of salt from another state, from one state to another state. They will change. That is simply the boiling point. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So see, this is an activity. Take a mixture of sand and salt. How we will separate these? We already saw about this, right? Take a mixture of sand and salt. How will you separate? Mix the salt, fill them with the water, so that salt will get dissolved and sand will get separated, right? So we already saw that hand picking would not be a practical method for separating this. Keep this mixture in a beaker and add some water to it. Leave the beaker aside for some time, right? Did you see the sand settling down at the bottom, and sand can be separated by decontamination or filtration? Yes. Bhavesh, did you understand the process?
Filtration, ma'am. Filter.
Yeah. No. I'm just telling, are you following the lines?
Can you say again?
See, I'm telling you to read this activity.
Take a mixture of sand and salt. How will you separate these? We already saw that hand picking would not be a partial method for separating these. Keep
Yes.
this method mixture in a beaker and add some water to it. Leave the beaker aside for some time.
Yes. So wait a minute. Yes, Bhavesh.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So you read this line. So take the mixture of sand and salt. How will you separate these? We already saw that hand picking would not be a practical method for separating these. Right? Hand picking cannot be done. So if keep this, so they are telling you a way. Keep this mixture in a beaker and add some water to it. So this mixture will be in the beaker and we are adding some water to it. Leave the beaker aside for some time. What will happen after this?
The sand will settle at the bottom of the beaker and the salt will get dissolved.
Salt will get dissolved in the water. Yes. So do you see the sand settle down at the bottom? Yes. And the sand can be separated by decontamination or filtration. Am I right?
Filtration.
No, it can be separated by decontamination also.
Yes.
Yes. What is decontamination?
Both. On both.
Yeah. On both you can separate. Decontamination is something like just slit it. For example, oil and water is there. How to separate them? Oil will get displaced by the water. Oil will be on the above. And if you tilt the glass slightly, oil will be displaced.
In this process, we use evaporation.
Okay, yeah, that is the next one. What does the decanted liquid contain? Do you think this water contains the salt which was there in the mixture at the beginning? Which was there in the mixture at the beginning? Sand and salt were there at the beginning, but now water and salt is there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now see, now we need to separate salt and water from the decanted liquid, right? So first we took sand and salt. First we took sand and salt, and then we did, we mixed the salt with and we poured the water, so that the sand is getting separated by the filtration method. Easily you can separate the sand by filtration method, but salt will be dissolved in the water. Now what can be done? Now we need to separate salt from water from the decanted liquid. Transfer this liquid to a kettle and close its lid. So like this, see in the picture, transfer this liquid and close its lid. Heat the kettle for some time. Okay, heat the kettle for some time. Do you notice steam coming out from the spout of the kettle? Yes, steam will automatically coming from spout, means this one, the mouth of the kettle. This one, right? Do you see the steam is coming out? Yes, the steam is coming out, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Take a metal plate with some eyes on it. Okay, see, they have taken a metal plate right here.
That the water vapor will condense.
So as we told, while spraying the scent, if you spray on the hand surface, it will go and hit the surface and it will decant in the sense cool down, decant or condense, it will condense, right? So same thing they are doing here. Take a metal plate with some eyes on it. They are taking an eyes on the above. Hold the plate just above the spout of the kettle. Like this, they are telling you to hold. What do you observe? Let all the water in the kettle boil off.
Yes, ma'am.
As the to whatever activity I told you, the exact activity. Okay. So you have to boil the kettle till all the water gets evaporated. Right? When the steam comes in contact with the metal plate, cooled with the ice, it's called condensation, cooling process, right? So in contact with the metal plate, cooled with the ice, it condenses and forms liquid water. See, water is, you know this process before only, and the water will be stored in the beaker, right? The water drops that you observed falling from the plate were due to the condensation process. The process of conversion of water vapor into its liquid form is called condensation. And after this process, you know what happened? If you open the kettle and see, you will see the salt present under it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, salt and water got separated. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You do go and do this activity, then only you will understand this better. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so that's all for today. We will see. I want to complete the chapter. I hope you can see the screen. See, we want to complete this chapter with the next class. So we will start this. Can be dissolved any amount of substances from here. We will complete and we will read all these
Fourth
exercises.
chapter, plant about plants.
What?
About plants, ma'am. It's like about plants, maybe.
Next chapter.
Yes, ma'am.
No. I'm telling this chapter we should complete in the next class, and we will see the exercise part and definition parts, and we will have a test. I told you about the test. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
I told you that we will have a
Ma'am,
live
a test a Tuesday, ma'am. Tuesday.
classroom. Yes, I don't know whether it is Tuesday or not. Once we complete the portion, I'll tell you for sure. Live test in the classroom we will have. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. So that's all for today.
Ma'am,
I hope
ma'am, 1 second.
Yeah.
Ma'am, at which time we have that PD class or something?
8:30.
Ma'am, can you tell the homework like in the middle duration?
I think so. I told to write about your favorite people, like some favorite person. And also I told to read about 1 or 2 pages of your favorite book daily.
And we need to tell about that story today.
Yeah, you can tell. Yes.
Okay,
I will
ma'am.
ask in the class. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, ma'am.